Listen, don't get me wrong. Marriage is easy if you do the work. The work is on yourself. Like, a part of the problems that marriages have is that people fail to do the work on themselves. The work that you have to do on yourself, that's way more difficult than the work that you do in your marriage. Now, this is just my experience, right? I've only had one marriage. I'm only gonna have one. However, we're still friends, right? We are still in a romantic relationship, and we've all had lots of those. Well, some of us have had lots of those. I've had lots of those. None of them can compare to the relationship and the friendship and the romantic partnership that I have with my husband. Why? Because we both did the work. When you have arguments, or when we have arguments in our marriage, first of all, to be honest, we don't even really have arguments. When we have, what do you call those? Disagreements. When we have disagreements all the time. We don't have arguments. And what do I mean by we don't have arguments? We don't raise our voice at each other. Like, my husband told me this like a couple of days ago. He was like, "You know what I realized?" I was like, "What?" He was like, "I realized that you will never raise your voice." He was like, "It doesn't matter what we're talking about, how you feel, you always talk with this very relaxed tone." And I said, "You know why? Because I had to do the work on myself. That took years of not mastering, because God helps me with that, but that took years to get to, because I had to become whole within myself. I had to be self aware, and I had to be selfless enough to know that my perspective is not the world's perspective. So that's not going to be everybody's perspective. Oftentimes, when we have heated conversations and people raise their voice, and my husband doesn't raise his voice either, it happens because the other person is trying to prove themselves. I'm trying to convince you that what I'm saying is right, and I become passionate and mad and anger, and it's just if if you understand that your perspective is only your perspective and someone else's perspective is different, and you don't necessarily have to prove that you're right. You don't have to be right. You're not proving yourself. I don't have anything to prove. If we're having a disagreement, we obviously think different things. So why would I try to convince him that I'm right? No, we allow each other to speak like adults. Okay, we're having an adult conversation. So, we